What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. It's your main man Juan right here, your favorite marketer's favorite marketer. You guys know what time it is. Going to pick up a lady friend of mine. We're going to go out, have a couple cocktails, and enjoy this beautiful Wednesday. Yes, guys, I'm lit. I'm motivated. I'm on fire, and life is grand and beautiful. Wanted to tap in with you guys with my Exitus team, the Exitus squad. First things first, you guys already know what time it is. Want to welcome all the new members to the Exitus team, #1 team in all of Exitus Elite. I'm proud of you guys. I'm glad and commend you for taking action and putting yourself in a position to where you're wanting to absolutely change your life. I'm excited about that. One of the things that really drives me and motivates me is those of like minds and those people that are really have gotten to a point in life to where they're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've been to that point in my life, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why I've made a decision years ago to become a full-time entrepreneur. It's interesting. We say full-time and we say part-time and we use terms like this and that. Guys, this is. It's not even, you get to a level or a point to where it's not even about the time anymore. My lifestyle is entrepreneurship. My lifestyle is money getting. My lifestyle is providing value every single day of my life, 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm immune to anything else but generating income, providing value, and maximizing the reason and purpose of why I exist here. For you, that part right there. So welcome all the new members on the team. For those of you that are super new, your accounts have been active, or your back offices have been fully activated. If you get started with me in the Exitus Elite platform, I activate back offices within an hour or two, guys. It doesn't really matter what time or day you get started. Reach out to me after you get started. Choose your Genesis product package, pay your admin fee. I get you guys activated within an hour or two. It completely unlocks everything in the back office, and the rest is history. You're gonna have a good time back there. The entire back office has been completely revamped. You're gonna get access to the Exitus marketplace. I'm not gonna get into now. I don't wanna ruin any of the surprises. You guys gotta get back there and take a look at what's going on. It's bonkers and it's gonna blow your mind. You're going to get access to all your lead capture pages, the email autoresponders. You're going to be able to set up your merchant accounts. In Exitus Elite, we get paid 100% direct commissions, and you can choose how to get paid any way you want. Any way you want, guys. There's a lot going on over here. We got some new updates of which I can't talk about just yet, but I promise I will keep you guys updated. For those of you that are not subscribed to the channel, what's wrong with you? Subscribe to the channel right now. Go ahead and pause this video. I'll wait. Activate all notifications. You don't want to miss any of the content that I drop for you guys right here, guys. Wanted to tap in with you guys on this beautiful Wednesday and just talk about some thoughts that I've been having. And I think about this every single day. I think about, the day that I decided to free myself completely, And I remember the day like it was yesterday, guys. I mean, I really mean it. I remember it like it was yesterday. And it plays out something like this. It plays out, with me waking up that morning. And some of you may know this story already because I've spoken of it before. And if you know me personally, and many of you who watch my content know me personally, you definitely know how this story starts and how it ends. But I'll give you guys a quick synopsis. I wake up, I go into work. Right? One of the supervisors there says something to me that that was just kind of completely inappropriate and out of line. And I was a manager at the time, so when I say supervisor, I'm talking about my boss or whatever you want to call it, right? And the comment that my boss, my supervisor, made to me was in regards to another employee. And it wasn't right, guys. It almost makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. And I think that was it, guys. I think that was, really one of the breaking points for me. It had nothing to do with the income that I was making at the time. I've never not made money. Everywhere I've been, everywhere I've worked, I've always dominated. I've always made a pretty incredible income. Even when I was in high school, first occupation was in retail at Best Buy. Minimum wage was $5.75. They started me at $7 an hour. About a year from that, I went from $7 an hour to $9.50. Yes, $9.50. I moved over to the tech bench, was selling MSN internet services and doing, at that time it was called the Geek Squad, or it wasn't even called the Geek Squad yet. It was called just the Tech or Best Buy Tech Center, whatever you want to call it. We wore all black shirts, I love tech. I grew up loving tech. I was pretty much born in it. Anything tech related, I absolutely love and have a deep passion for, which is why I own Hookups Design, Hookups Media, a tech-based company. Anyhow, my supervisor had made a comment to me, and it was in regards to, like I said, another employee, and it felt sickening in both listening to this particular comment and having to participate in it, because it required me, the comment or the statement required me to take action, written action. In other words, I had to write this particular employee up for something that I knew or know that he was not responsible for. I'm not going to really get into all that. I'm just trying to emphasize the point of why people do what they do and why people make the decisions that they make, and how you can bring some people to a breaking point. That was my breaking point. And again, it had nothing to do with money. I was making money. It had nothing to do with my schedule. I was on an awesome schedule. It had nothing to do with me disliking someone at the workplace. Nothing like that, guys. It was the fact of the matter is that I knew that if I stayed in that industry, or if I stayed and continued to work for somebody for the rest of my life, these are things that I were inevitably going to have to deal with. And that's not how I operate. Most people sell out, That's not how I operate, guys. I will not be forced or coerced to do something, say something, or treat somebody in a manner that they absolutely do not deserve. And it's just as simple as that. It's easy for a lot of people to do these things. It's easy for a lot of people, to sell out. It's easy for a lot of people to just bend over and do as they're told, even if it's wrong, Not me, guys. Not me. I made a decision to come into this industry, which is the best decision I've ever made in my life. I get to work with people of like minds. I get to create my own schedule. I get to earn an unlimited income. I get to choose the income that I want to earn and desire. Nobody gives me an income, or I'm not being locked in anything. I call the shots. I run the show. I make the rules. It's my circus. It's my show. What a position to be in. I mean, how many people can really say that, I have options, guys. If I want to travel, I can travel. If I want to create content and videos for you guys that's positive, I can do that. I choose to do that. I make videos for you guys every single day. I make videos for my teams every single day. We do training calls every single week, throughout the week, every single day. I do not stop. So how do you compete with a man that doesn't stop, doesn't sleep, doesn't react to nonsense? How do you compete with a man that has systems in place that work for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? How do you compete with a man that's not controlled or forced by anything? You can't, right? How do you build a life for yourself? How do you fulfill your destiny, your dreams, your visions? How do you have real fulfillment all the while being controlled your entire life? It's interesting. They just raised the retirement age in California to almost 70 years old, guys. I want you guys to think about that for a second. 70 years old. It was like 68 years old. I was reading an article the other day. It's diabolical. It's mind-boggling to have a man or woman work until they're damn near 70 years old and then so-called try or attempt to build a life from that point. Right? You know what I'll be doing when I'm 70, 80 years old? I'll be sitting in my office creating content for you. That's what I'll be doing. Right? In another 40, 45 years, I'll be doing the same thing. Generating income, creating content, traveling around from city to city, traveling the world, meeting people, introducing myself to people, having people being introduced to me, building systems, right? Creating income streams, learning, growing, educating myself, developing, right? What you see is what you get. I don't have an identity crisis like most people. I've grown over the years. How many people can say that? Can you say that? I hope so. If you haven't, you got some work to do. That's why we built the Exitus platform. It's a mindset game, guys. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right. It's a mindset game. I hear people every day, all day, online, in coffee shops, everywhere you go, everybody's talking about they want the bag, they want this, they want that. I think you guys are missing the point. What value do you bring to the table? What do you do for your community? Does your community even know you exist? Are you involved with the schools, the Chamber of Commerce? Are you involved in the sports leagues, the Boys and Girls Club? What do you do for your community? But you so-called want to generate or make the bag. What do you do? Have you helped anybody get started in anything? Have you created anything for people to get started in? Have you created opportunity? Have you spoke at your local church, your school? What have you done? I love this, guys. I absolutely love this. I love this so much. I want to continue filming for another 20 minutes, but I got to go in this store and grab something before I go pick up my lady friends, and we can go out, hang out, and have a good time. Someone that I work with professionally, someone that I generate an income with, and we're going to go hang out, have a good time, have an incredible conversation. I mean, what better life to have good friends, to have been created great relationships in this industry, great partnerships, great friendships, real friendships, with people who care, about you, who feel for you, who take advantage or don't take advantage of your time, right? Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's working towards similar goals, right? There's nothing like connecting and being around people of like minds. It's really not, guys. They had 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 5 Power Rangers. You had the Autobots and the Transformers, a real family, right? So many people are lost out here. You want the bag, but what are you going to do when you get the bag? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do? You're going to help grandma buy a home? What are you going to do? You're going to help your parents buy that home they've been wanting for the last 50 years? Your parents are still working, right? Like slaves, right? And don't get me wrong, guys. As I've mentioned before, there's nothing inherently or necessarily, wrong with a job. There's some jobs that are extremely commendable, that are great. To each their own. I'm talking about your time here. What is it that you're doing with your time? Or are you just melting away? Did you guys forget the day that you were granted life, you're guaranteed death? I'm going to repeat that. The day that you were granted life, you're guaranteed death. So what is it that you're waiting for? Take action. Generate the money. Buy the car that you want. Live in the house that you want. Build that pool. Build that koi pond. Build that garden for your wonderful woman or your wonderful husband. Get that garden going. Start that family. Put your kids in the best schools. Put your daughter in the best college. What are you waiting for? Let's go!